Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. So the latest of films that didn't get wide release in theaters, didn't make much money, or found their way onto the internet. The latest of these is My Dinner of Herve, and this is about Herve Villechaize, obviously the little dwarf from The Man with the Golden Gun and Fantasy Island. And this is based on a survey Gravitas Weekend with Herve, although in this film, Jamie Dornan plays a fictional character named Denny Tate, who apparently is recovering from alcoholism. He's 1 month sober. And why exactly this has changed, I have no clue, but Saute Gervais did actually spend a weekend with Herve Villechaize before his death in 1983. There's actually a photo at the end of him and Herve. Basically, it's like he's assigned to actually interview Gore Vidal, and because quite frankly his wife has kicked him out of the house for alcoholism. And let's just face it, the Jamie Dornan alcoholism stuff by his character is not interesting. I don't know if the director actually did suffer from that. If it did, well, I don't understand why it's in here. Villechaize is his own fascinating character, and I guess the editor originally wanted him to do like just a short story on him. And then of course they spend one long night as Herve recounts the story how he was born in Paris during the war. His mother blames the war on the fact that he was born small. His father did actually go to doctors for perform experiments on him to get him to grow big apparently, and how he was for a time a model, how he painted nude women. Or I think some paintings are hanged in some museums in Paris, France. Then he tries America, where he does, well, it's not said in this film, is that he goes to Broadway. He then meets his agent, Marty Rathburn, played by David Strathairn. And eventually he does land the role in The Man with the Golden Gun. And they do recreate the famous scene of when Rick Eklund does stuff the midget in the very large suitcase, and they actually show that in the film here. And I guess his mother is played by Una Chaplin, who also coincidentally starred with Peter Dinklage on Game of Thrones. Now, of course, Peter Dinklage is 4'5", Herve Villechaize was 3'11". And one of the things you really need in a biopic is that you have to look like the person. You have to actually have the mannerisms or sound like the person, or you at least have to suggest that you are the person. I guess Dinklage does recently go with number 2. He does sound sort of like him. I think Peter Dinklage and the director have been wanting to do this film for a very long time. I think Dinklage, ever since he became a star, has said he wanted to do this, and he basically says, oh yes, I was teased when I was younger, and everyone when they were teasing would say, the plane, the plane! You know, and at one point also, Herve says, fame is like being drunk. Everyone is drunk with you. Yes, some people are blindsided by fame and never really recover. Basically couldn't get work after that, which I think is amazing, because most people you think nowadays can't actually get work, or at least some older stars do have money problems, but here he was literally homeless. I guess that's actually true. His agent finally brought to him, oh yes, Fantasy Island. One of the more interesting castings of the year, Andy Garcia is Ricardo Montalban. And I guess he doesn't necessarily have the voice, though he does have the gravitas of Mr. Rourke. I've never seen Fantasy Island, so clearly I need to watch that. And they do recreate the plane thing, and how they do delve into his couple of marriages, or at least the second marriage, and how that collapsed, and how the Tate character constantly tells him, hey look, this is what you've done, why don't you own up to it? And sort of later on, yes, Herve sort of does. A lot of this stuff is in his own making. He did throw nightmare tantrums on set, because quite frankly, hey look, who doesn't want to be well paid in TV? And of course, Ricardo Montalban, at one point, I think during one season, was filming Fantasy Island and also Star Trek 2, which that must be really hard on a person, because that keeps you extremely busy. His girlfriend that towards the end of his life, Kathy Self, who tried to help him during his years he really has severe health issues later on in his life. He can only sleep in a certain way, because quite frankly, just like the Elephant Man, your body just sort of shuts down if you sleep the wrong way. The Jamie Dornan character says, I thought he was dead, because most times if you're forgotten from the celebrity conscious, they think that you are dead. At one point, towards the end of the film, when he's in the hallway of a hotel, and I guess one surfer dude says to say the plane, that's actually Ricardo Montalban's nephew, apparently. I like this film. I think HBO does a reasonably good job of their own produced movies, and their documentaries are to die for to a certain degree. I think this is a very cautionary tale of how fame traps a person, never let them go. And I don't understand why the Danny Tate alcoholism story is in here, because I don't think that adds anything other to pad the film, because quite frankly, like that, I think there's probably a very fascinating film to begin here. I don't think Sacha Garbus actually had an alcohol problem. If he did, okay, please put that in the comments below. Folks, what I'm going to say about My Dinner with Herve, I'm going to give this a matinee rating. There is some stuff here that's quite fascinating. So folks, My Dinner with Herve, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll definitely see you next time with a more interesting film, folks. Hooray!